What's going on, y'all boys? Today we are going to be ranking every single hero in Marvel Rivals. We're basing our rankings off of, one, what we've seen the character do, how viable they are to a team, played at their max capability, how effective are they to a game. So starting off, number one, we have Adam Warlock. I think Adam Warlock is pretty solid of a support. I don't think he's S tier though. I think he's a solid A. Decent healing. He has some nice utility and he has decent damage for support as well. When you charge up your staff and just shoot like 5 beams, it does some crazy damage. His ult is decent as well. A lot of people think his ult is broken, but you know, he'll use the ult after like 3-4 people have already died. But what can happen is that it takes a while for him to get that res off. And if your team has eyes or brain, y'all can focus Warlock while he's standing still, trying to res his whole team and kill him before he gets the res off. And then it shuts down the res. So I think he's a solid A. Black Panther. Okay, played at the highest level, Black Panther is easily S tier. Easily S tier. I mean, like, his time to kill is insane, and like the combos that you can get off, spear dash, kick dash, spear dash, like it's killing. It's almost one-shotting a tank for real. And then the lower HP he gets, he's getting even more damage. Oh, and then he can ult and get another dash reset. So like a full combo, he can get 4 dashes off that do. And yeah, I think he's S tier played at a decently high level. Black Widow. I'm really tempted to put her as C tier because she doesn't have a one-shot. I mean, she has like a one-shot combo if you literally sprint, jump into like the enemy's backline, no scope headshot somebody, and then kick. But then after that, like, you're Black Widow, you're just gonna die. I think she's C tier. She's nothing like Hawkeye because Hawkeye actually has one-shot potential for a sniper. Hulk, Bruce Banner, I don't know, like, I wish that Hulk was good, but every time there's a Hulk on my team or the enemy team, if it's on my team, instant lose. If it's on the enemy team, it's a free dub. This character seems completely useless. I think the only thing that he's good at is taking damage, and then your supports get ult charge. I think that's the best utility that he has on any team. Cap, honestly, if he has like Thor or Storm on the team and he has his passive, I think he's easily S tier. But if he doesn't have that, I would put Cap as A tier. I mean, Cap has great mobility. He has solid damage too. And when he's powered up by Thor or Storm, I've seen Cap America easily 3v1 people. Now, Cloak and Dagger, S tier. And I would definitely put Cloak and Dagger above Black Panther. I mean, you switch to Cloak, and then I think it's your right click ability makes them invulnerable, and it shrouds all of your teammates and make them invulnerable too, as long as they're not attacking or using abilities. It takes no mechanical skill to aim with them as Cloak or Dagger. I mean, Dagger, she can pump out some crazy heals, and she's really good at taking out flying characters. But I think Cloak and Dagger is S tier easily. Doctor Strange, I think, is S tier as a tank in general. If we're just looking at like what is the best tanks, I think Doctor Strange is S tier. I think he's not better than Cloak and Dagger overall though. Like Doctor Strange, he has decent range and damage. He has utility for his team. Like his shield is so useful. And I mean his ult, the Eye of Agamotto, that ult is disgusting, dude. I think Doctor Strange is probably the best tank in the game. But yeah, moving on. Groot is solid, dude. I like Groot. I mean, Groot, he is a tank, bro. He has no mobility, but I mean, his walls, they interrupt a lot of the enemy teams, what they're trying to do. He blocks an absurd amount of damage. He has good range on his attacks. His melee, if you get good with his melee, trying to use his melee, it has like CC built into it. Knocks enemies up, and then you can easily get some auto attacks off or hit a direct impact with your grenade. Like, Groot is solid, dude. Groot is solid, and his ult is really good as well. Alright, Hawkeye is S tier. This character is completely busted, dude. And his kit is so simple, too. Like, you just get into a game with a Hawkeye just chilling in the back of the map, just AFK, just spamming arrows in the choke point. They're doing so much damage. His passive is making the arrows do even more damage the longer that he's focusing on an enemy. He has true one-shot potential. Like, I have played Hawkeye and a Luna has ulted, and I just one-shot her in the head, completely take that ult away from her. Like, and the only thing that I used is a left click. Hawkeye is gross. Hela, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Hela is S tier. I see a lot of people say that Hela is the best DPS in the game. Now, if she has a Thor and a Loki on her team, and they die and she gets a kill, then Hela is probably the best character in the game. Because it has, like, no cooldown, and like, you just keep on rezzing the Thor and Loki over and over and over again. Like, that combo is completely busted. But if she doesn't have that on the team, then I would put her as, like, A+. I think Hela is A+. Like, she does have solid damage. She's hit scan. Her headshot damage is wild. She 2-taps any squishy with headshot and then body shot. Her ult is devastating. Her ult is disgusting. You know, I think Hela is A+ tier. I wouldn't put her as S tier, though. Unless there is a Thor and Loki on the team, then she is S++++. Now, Iron Fist, Iron Fist is definitely S tier. I think he's better than Black Panther. Iron Fist, his shield, he can literally shield any ultimate in the game. Even Jeff ult. He cannot get swallowed by Jeff ult if he blocks. And then after he blocks, if he blocks something successful, he gains shields and then goes into this crazy stance where he just starts giving beaters out like they're candy. Iron Man, now that I've played him a little bit more, I would put Iron Man like low A. Iron Man he has great damage. I think the best way to play Iron Man, though, is to flank with him and use your E, transform, and then you can micro missile repulsor blast like 1 or 2 times and then finish him off with a laser. His time to kill is insane, only if you get a good micro missile off. Now, his micro missiles, of course, they are RNG, like where they blow up and land on the ground wherever you're aiming. It is completely RNG. It is never going to happen the same time. But if you get a good micro missile barrage, I mean, you can nuke the entire backline if you flank with this character. Jeff, I know a lot of people think that Jeff is like A tier, but honestly, I'm tempted to put Jeff as B tier, dude. I don't think he is as busted as everyone thinks. Like, his ult during overtime is what makes him kind of crazy. But other than that, it is so easy to kill Jeff. Like, he has great healing, don't get me wrong. He has solid damage. But, I mean, you play Hawkeye and you see a Jeff, you just shoot him in his noggin and he's dead instantly. And he's so easy to hit because he's literally nothing but a head. So I would put Jeff as B tier. I don't think he's as busted as everybody makes him out to be. For Loki, I think Loki is an S tier support, dude. Ah, shit. I think we're gonna put him behind Cloak and Dagger. Here's the thing with Loki. He has the best ultimate in the game, okay? Because he can copy anybody's ult on the enemy team or your team and instantly have it. So, I mean, whoever has the most busted ults in that lobby, you can just look at them, clone them, use their ult, and then you still get to use like their basic abilities as well, and you get their passive. So Loki is disgusting. His totems with immortality, boring. It is one of the most oppressive abilities to play versus. I promise you, it is so boring when he sets up those totems, and it takes forever to destroy them, dude. And he can have 3 totems with his clones. He goes invisible. I mean, his healing output is insane. His AoE healing, I mean, Loki is easily S tier. Luna, S tier as well. I will put Luna right there. I do think she's better than Black Panther overall. Luna has crazy damage, crazy healing. She has great mobility with her passive, and her snowball is like one of the best utility abilities in the game to just freeze, cancel ultimates. I mean, and she has one of the best ults in the game. Like, it lasts for 55 minutes, and if any ally is in that ult, they will not die. Only thing that I've seen them die to is like a Hanzo headshot or Wanda ult. Now, Magic, this is my girl now. I would put Magic as S tier as well. A lot of people do not know how to play Magic and think that she's bad, but Magic has one of the fastest time to kills in the game, if not the fastest time to kill. Now, her combo is charge up a right click to like charge her sword blade and like shoot at somebody, and then E to them instantly. If the sword blade hits and the E hits, and then you use one left click while they're in the air, they're dead instantly. And then while she's doing that, she's building up shields, and her ult is gross, dude. When she transforms into her demon form, and then her sword just starts just slicing everything up with crazy range. Magic is a force to be reckoned with, dude. Now, Magneto, oh man, I think Magneto is B tier. I think he's like B plus tier. He's like almost A tier. Like, Magneto as a tank overall is pretty good, but it's hard for him to take space if it's just him as a tank. I think he's like a good off tank for real, but I think the best thing with Magneto's kit is his shield that he puts on himself or an ally. I think his shield is like the best thing in his kit, because like what you can do with his shield is you have a Scarlet Witch on your team, and she just shifts into their backline and uses her ult. If Magneto shields that Scarlet Witch, there is no counterplay to that ult, because Luna can't freeze it, Penny can't spider web it. Like, it is a nuke that is going to go off regardless of what you do. Mantis, I think Mantis is like A plus. I think I would put Mantis above Hela. Like, Mantis, she has a really good ult. Her damage boost is pretty nice, and she has some solid damage herself. She has a small character model, so it's just harder to hit her in general. But she does some wild damage. She has great healing. I think Mantis is solid. Alright, Moon Knight. Moon Knight. I don't think Moon Knight is S tier. Like, he's really good. I think Moon Knight is better than Hela, but not better than Mantis overall. Because, like, if you play versus, here's the thing, Moon Knight does crazy damage because of the ricochets in his Ankh. But if you play versus a great team, what you're going to be doing is just farming damage, and the enemy team is going to be farming support ults worse than if you were to play Iron Man. If you play Moon Knight correctly, if you somehow flank and get to their backline, throw an Ankh on them, and then just spam it. I mean, you throw like 2, maybe 3 attacks at the Ankh, and they die. Like, the supports are dead. And if you get a pick on a support, then that fight is over. Even if you trade 1 for 1. As a DPS character, if you trade your life for a support on the enemy team, the fight is over. Okay. All right. Now, Namor. I think Namor is like, I don't know. Like, Namor. Shit. I think Namor is worse than Black Widow for real. Like, his squids are cool, but they're so easy to shoot, and I feel like all of his utility is from his squids. His attack speed is so slow, and they don't really do that much damage. Like, his headshot damage is nice, but it's hard to hit headshots because it's not hit scan, and it has slower projectile speed than Hawkeye arrow. So, like, Namor is in a really bad place right now. Like, when you aim it in the AoE before the whale hits the ground, it hinders any character's mobility, and it has a little bit of CC, and it does solid damage. But, like, other than that, I think Namor's pretty bad, dude. Now, next is Penny Parker. I think A good Penny is oppressive, dude. I wouldn't put her as S tier though, because she's very easy to kill. If you destroy her like mind thing that she puts on the ground that gives her like overshields, I think she's pretty useless. But her mines are devastating. I think I would put Penny like right here. I think in a team, she's a little bit better than having an Iron Man on your team, in my opinion. Because her mines, you throw out like 2 mines, and what is it? That's probably going to one-shot a Squishy with just 2 mines, right? Like, Penny, for her to be really good in a team, you have to have another tank with you that is soaking up some damage and creating space. Because, like, Penny by herself, she cannot create space for her team at all. Like, because her character is designed to bunker down. If you play Penny on attack, it's very hard to take space for your team, especially if you're the only tank. Psylocke is S tier, dude. Psylocke is easily S tier. I would put her like maybe right before Magic or after Magic. Either one of those, I have no idea. Like, I think Psylocke and Magic's probably like on this exact same tier, honestly. Psylocke has crazy damage. She has one-shot potential. She has good utility. She has mobility. She has 2 dashes, and she can go invis. And she has one of the most disgusting ults in the game, dude. As long as the enemy team doesn't have a Luna ult, her ult is always going to kill somebody in the back line. But Psylocke is S tier for sure. Now, Punisher is like A+. I think Punisher... I don't think Punisher is better than Hela. But he's close to A+ tier. He's a reliable. He's a reliable damage character. Like, he's gonna get some damage off. But like his mobility, his zip line is like very, very clunky in my opinion. It's very awkward to use. It doesn't really have that much range in my opinion. But like his shotgun does some wild damage to tanks. His assault rifle is super accurate, can deal with flying characters. His turret that is put down on the ground is disgusting. That turret is disgusting. The DPS that his ult puts out is vile. Unlimited ammo in his ult, especially if you pair him with Raccoon just like by himself, even without him ulting, Punisher is really good. He is really good. I think Punisher can fit in literally any team comp and be useful. Raccoon. The Rabbit. I think he's either B+ or like low A. I think I'm gonna put him right here though. Raccoon, he has decent healing. His damage is like his primary weapon is a little awkward to use because of the bloom. But yeah, like Raccoon, I think he's just B+. I think he's just like an average character to play. Like his ult is cool and all, but it can't get destroyed fairly easily. His res is probably the best thing in his kit. Just like being able to instantly revive somebody that just goes in there and feeds. I think that's pretty busted. Now Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. I think she's B as well. I think she's B+. Her ult, she has a very powerful ult, but it's so easy to deal with. Like Luna Snowball gets rid of it. Penny Web ruins it. I think even Spider-Man pulling her out of her ult without marking her cancels it as well. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. Like her damage is decent, and she's just annoying for real. She is just absolutely annoying. But in high elo, Scarlet Witch is so bad. But yeah, I would put her as B+. Spider-Man is S tier. Like a good Spider-Man, dude. A good Spider-Man is gross. And if you pair him with Venom, he has like a true one-shot on almost any squishy in the game. I'd put Spider-Man like right here in front of Iron Fist. I think Spider-Man's ult, one of the best ults in a game. I mean, it just has the potential of just decimating the entire enemy's backline. Just one, like it's so easy to get triple, quadra kill with his ult. Just like literally swinging in there and just pressing ult. Like you don't even have to like set anything up or like damage their backline at all. You just ult and it's so much burst. Spider-Man is the hardest character to play, but he's S tier like once you get decent with him. Squirrel Girl, I listen, I like Squirrel Girl and I don't think she's bad. I think she's like low A. She is just like a spam bot. She's the Junkrat of Marvel Rivals. She's spam bot, but her damage output is disgusting. And her ult can catch the enemy team off guard so hard. It just keeps coming back. Like if you get good with ricocheting her ult off walls, like her ult is pretty gross, dude. I think she's solid. She has great mobility. She has CC in her kit as well. So I think Squirrel Girl is like low A. Star-Lord is S. Star-Lord is S tier. I think Star-Lord, where should he go? Maybe behind Luna, or maybe like right here actually, because like he is S tier, but like here's the thing with Star-Lord. He has invincibility frames on his dodges. He has insane mobility. He has one of the best ults in the game. Like he has aimbot, and it's like nanoed and damage boosted. Okay, if you played Overwatch, it's like a nano visor with mercy damage boost. The damage output on his ult is disgusting, and his his barrage ability, does absurd AoE damage, dude. It's literally a mini Spider-Man ult. So like, I don't know. Star-Lord, he farms damage, dude. He's S tier easily. Storm is dog. Okay. Best thing about Storm is that she buffs her team's movement speed and damage. I think, actually, I'm putting Storm like down here, dude. Like Storm is horrible. Like her projectile speeds are so slow. It's so hard to hit people, and like her electricity, they're slow projectiles as well. Like, and they don't do any splash damage or anything. I know that the wind ones pierce enemies, but if you're in the air, right, the piercing is just going to hit somebody and go instantly through them and hit the ground right behind them. It's like not going to pierce anybody at all. But her ult, she has like one of the best ults in the game, don't get me wrong. But if you don't have ult, I think she is majorly useless. Now Thor, as a tank, I say Thor is probably, I think he's like the same tier as Cap. Like Thor, he has some solid damage output that, you know, he can put out. He's tanky as all hell. He has great mobility. His ult, I think he has like his ult is terrible, dude. Unless you flank with it, I think his ult is horrendous. Cause like I played so many games already, and I don't think I've ever been hit by this ult ever in my life. Now Venom, Venom, in reality, I think is like B+. Like, let's be real here. Venom as a dive tank, if you can set up a dive with a DPS on your team, I think he's like A+. But if that is not in the equation, Venom almost seems useless, dude. I think he's only good with a duo, for real. I don't know. Like Venom, I think he's just average, an average character in the game. A lot of people say he thinks he's like S tier, but I just don't see it. Bucky, on the other hand, this character is disgusting. Again. But like, even, you know, if he doesn't even have his ult, his damage that he puts out is nuts. Like, he has a one-shot combo, is not even hard to hit. Like, in his pistol, it has 3 bullets in it, but his pistol does crazy damage, dude. Crazy damage. I would put Bucky, I don't know, he's somewhere in S tier. He's definitely somewhere in S tier. He might be better than Psylocke. He might, I don't know. I think he's good, like, maybe somewhere right here. Wolverine, dog shit, dude. I'm sad to say it, but Wolverine is horrendous. Like, I think he has potential. Don't get me wrong. I think he's one of, like, I think you have to have like mechanical skill. You have to have hours on this character and know his limits. Like you have to limit test the hell out of this character to know like what he can and cannot do. But from what I've seen so far, there's a lot that he can't do. Shit, I don't know. I might even put Hulk better than Wolverine. Wolverine is like useless, dude. Every single time I try to play him so many times, I just don't. I'll hit combos. I'm at 100% rage, and I'm doing literally no damage. I swear to God. Like Wolverine is, I don't know. I think he's in a horrible spot. But yeah, that's my tier list. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. This was fun to do. Let me know if y'all agree with anything, disagree with anything. I'd love to hear from y'all. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Like, comment down below what you think. Subscribe if you're new. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace!